Hello guys, continuing the power scaling of Dragon Ball series. I am going to power scale Dragon Ball GT. This video is going to be sort of prequel to that video, since Dragon Ball GT follows anime exclusive timeline, thus I am going to reiterate some of the scaling from DBZ arc. Mecha Frieza stated to produce 10 times the energy used to destroy Namek, scaling his power to 600 million. After that we get to androids. Androids 17 and 18 had the power level of 4,225 million. And Piccolo fused with Kami resulted in the power level of 5,492,500,000. Then we get Cell with 3 different forms, and his third form he had the power level of 26,116 billion. During the fight against Cell, Gohan unlocked Super Saiyan 2 and raised his power to 84,875 billion. But Cell got his Enkai boost and raised his power to be on par with Gohan. Now we get to Otherworld Tournament arc. This is an anime exclusive arc. Cell got another Zenkai boost from his battle against Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, which mean his power is now 110,337,500,000,000. But Pikkon was able to one-shot him in his suppressed form, which makes his power level at 143,438,750,000,000. During the Otherworld Tournament base, Goku was able to go on par with Pikkon, which makes his power level at 143,438,750,000,000. Then Goku transformed into Super Saiyan, which increases his power to 7,171,937,500,000,000. And for the first time Goku used Kaioken on top of Super Saiyan, which means his power level is at 14,343,875,000,000. But even with this power up, Pikkon was able to match his power by removing the weights that suppress his power. After 7 years of training with Pikkon, Goku's power is now at 14,343,875,000,000 and around 1,434,387,500,000,000 in his Super Saiyan 2 state. Vegeta in his Majin form was equal to Super Saiyan 2 Goku, which means his power level is at 1,434,387,500,000,000. Then Goku transformed into Super Saiyan 3, which is the multiplier of 4 times on top of Super Saiyan 2, which means at Super Saiyan 3, his power level is at 5,737,550,000,000, and Goku was confident that he could have destroyed Fat Buu if he tried, so using the domination multiplier we can say the power of Fat Buu is around 4,413,500,000,000,000. Now we have to scale Gotenks, but before that we need to scale Goten and Trunks in their Super Saiyan form. Both are nearly equal in terms of power, and during the tournament both participated in Adult Division wearing a disguise and fought Android 18. Their Super Saiyan power even shocked Android 18, which could potentially place them on par with her, which means their power level is at 4,225,000,000. It is stated to be that the fusion is more than the sum of their power, as it further increases 10 times. Their initial fusion of Gotenks had the power level of 84,500,000,000 and in Super Saiyan with power of 4,225,000,000,000, but their initial confrontation proved that their power was not even close to Buu. And after some training in the hyperbolic time chamber they have raised their fusion power to be on par with Majin Buu, but Majin Buu also had a power up transforming into Super Buu. Gotenks transformed into Super Saiyan 3, and the multiplier of Super Saiyan 3 is 400, which makes the power of Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks at 1,765,400,000,000, but according to Piccolo, both were even in terms of power, which means Super Buu also had the power 1,765,400,000,000. Gohan trained on the Supreme Kai world and unlocked his potential via Old Kai and raised his power level to 2,295,020,000,000 and was so strong it was in one-sided battle against Buu. But Buu tried to even the playing field by absorbing Gotenks and adding his power to his own. Gotenks had the power of 3,530,800,000,000. And once their fusion ran out, Buu absorbed Gohan and be the achieve his strongest form, Buuhan, with a power level of 4,60,420,000,000. Goku and Vegeta used the Potara fusion, and it was stated that their fusion was stronger due to them being rivals, which means along with the fusion multiplier, they also got some sort of rivalry boost, which made the fusion on par with Buuhan, making the power Vegito at 4,60,420,000,000. But even after fusing, Buuhan was confident enough to fight Vegito, so in order to tip the balance to his favor, Vegito transformed into Super Saiyan and raised his power to 203,621,000,000. But during the fight Buuhan was incredibly angry and got rage boost by absorbing Gohan, and even Vegito briefly struggled to break his barrier and for a split second transformed into Super Saiyan 2, but even with the power boost, he was slightly weaker than the fusion, making his power up to 156,170,000,000. Later Buu transformed into Kid Buu and was on par with Super Saiyan 3, making his power level at 5,737,550,000,000,000. Full power Frieza blew up Namek with enough force that explosion was seen outside of its galaxy, which is equivalent to supernova. For a star to explode as a Type 2 supernova, it must be several times more massive than the Sun, and the estimates run from 8 to 15 solar masses. Which places full power Frieza at large star level. Mecha Frieza along with an Super Saiyan Trunks can destroy an O-type star in the main sequence star series. This type of stars have their masses range between 15 and 90 solar mass. Super Saiyan Goku is stronger than both and capable of destroying blue hypergiant stars like Eta Carinii. It has 150 times the mass of the Sun and measure up to 180 times the size of the Sun, and after fusing with Kami, Piccolo had the power to destroy nearly 2 Eta Carinii at the same time, making both hypergiant star level. And we have Super Perfect Cell when he came back to fight Gohan. The space within 1000 light-years is 8000 times as large. Assuming a homogeneous distribution, you can expect 7 to 8 million stars in this range. This is only a rough estimation, and with single full power Kamehameha both Cell and Super Saiyan 2 Gohan can vaporize everything within this 1000 light-years, making them large multi-solar system level. And then we get to Other World Tournament where both full power Pi-Con and Super KO Kengoku. There are structures smaller than galaxies which are known as dwarf galaxies, and a dwarf galaxy known as Sagittarius dwarf galaxy with a mass 400 million solar mass, and both full power Pi-Con and Super KO Kengoku can destroy around 6 Sagittarius dwarf galaxy, making them dwarf galaxies level. After 7 years of training in the Buu saga, Majin Vegeta, Majin Buu, Kid Buu and Super Saiyan 3 Goku all can destroy around 12 large Magellanic Clouds. The Large Magellanic Cloud is the closest and most studied example of an irregular galaxy. Among its principal defining morphological features, its off-centered bar and single spiral arms stand out, defining a whole family of galaxies known as the Magellanic Spirals, and has the mass of 25 billion solar mass, making them large dwarf galaxy level. Gotenks is the fusion of Goten, and Trunks is incredibly powerful. In his Super Saiyan 3 state with full power Kamehameha can destroy around 250 galaxies, which place both Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks and Super Buu at multi-galaxy level. Then we have Ultimate Gohan who can toy with Super Buu and can destroy over 333 galaxies with full power Kamehameha, which places him at large multi-galaxy level. Buu Tanks and Buuhan are capable of destroying over 500 galaxies with a full power attack. Enraged Buuhan with an attack like Kamehameha can destroy over 9440 galaxies. A supercluster is a large group of smaller galaxy clusters or galaxy groups. They are among the largest known structures in the universe. The Virgo supercluster is, itself, a component of a larger galaxy assemblage called Laniakea. More than 2000 galaxies reside in the Virgo cluster. Enraged Buuhan can destroy over 5 Virgo cluster, placing him at dwarf supercluster. Super Vegito with a Big Bang Kamehameha can destroy over 147,500 galaxies. The Laniakea supercluster is the galaxy supercluster that is home to the Milky Way and approximately 100,000 other nearby galaxies, the largest structure in universe, and Super Vegito can erase it with a Big Bang Kamehameha, placing him in the supercluster tier. Buuhan's Vice Shao could have lead to universe destruction via chain reaction, since we don't know how much time might it take to destroy the universe. Or his Vice Shao is sort of hacks which erodes the boundaries between the living world and afterlife, leading them to collide. Either way, Buuhan is not universal. This video is a recap of my previous 3 videos combining and including some filler content. If you want a detailed analysis, check my previous 3 video. Upcoming video will be Dragon Ball GT power scaling.